Welcome back, everybody, to another Buoy 10 update. Today is Friday, August 11th, I think it is. I'm sure they're all starting to run together anymore. Groundhog Day, every single season. Boy, today was a grind. It was fun, but it was a grind. I don't know, the last couple of days on the incoming tide, usually on incoming tides, it's pretty good, and middle to end of the income has just been garbage, at least for me. We started out today, in fact, we spent the entire day above the bridge. Smaller tides, fish starting to transition, so we just spent the entire time up above the bridge on the Washington side. And it started off great, lots of action, and then it died after about 2.5 passes. And after that, I kept trying to think of someplace else to go, and we get one bite on a pass, and it was just enough to keep me there. We'd mark a few fish, see 2 or 3 fish get caught. Not hearing better reports from anywhere else in the river. It's the same everywhere else, whether it's down at Hammond, down at Marker 1, whether it's up at Tongue Point. Everywhere was pretty much the same. And so I don't know if it's just this tide, the fish are transitioning in a different part of the river, what the situation is, because it almost seems like we have 2 different groups of fish right now. The group that I was on above the bridge, that the fleet was on above the bridge on the Oregon and Washington side, all the way up to Tongue Point. And then there was also a good bite this morning downriver in front of Hammond and Baker Bay, Marker 1. So it's almost like 2 complete different groups of fish that the fleet's been picking apart. Because the last 2-3 days we've been down on the outgo at the bottom of the sands picking them up. And today it's just too late in the day to go do that. So there's 2 distinct groups of fish in the system for sure right now. And I don't know when that upriver group is going to start pushing. Typically it happens tomorrow. It's the second day of growing tides, and so that group of fish should be moving on up to Tongue Point and upriver for you guys that fish up in the Longview area on up. That group, really good solid group of fish, should be moving up in the next 2-3 days. So we'll see if that holds true. A lot of times we actually get a decent bite the first day growing tides up at Tongue Point. That didn't happen today. So it makes me a little bit leery about tomorrow. May or may not happen. It's kind of a cross fingers gamble. Your guess is as good as mine. As far as, let's see, what else happened today? Well, spinner colors. So painted blades were awesome this morning, first thing. That really made a difference, having painted blades, even though it was bright sunny. It was a beautiful morning. It's actually really warm and high sun right off the bat, not a cloud in the sky. But even still, the painted blades got bit, and then it switched over to brass with Mexican hat. And at the very end, when the sun got really high, it switched over to copper Bronco. So that's kind of how our day progressed. We ended up getting all of our kings. Let's see, I don't know how many fish we let go. It was fun. It was good action. We had a great time here today, but I don't know. That incoming tide is really starting to bother me. What I got planned for tomorrow is I'm going to run 2 painted blades first thing in the morning, the Mexican or sunrise, and that candy corn one for sure. That one got bit really well that I talked about in yesterday's update. And then I'm going to run 3 Mexican hats, painted blades on both sides, that Yakima bait YBC Mulkey 3.5, where it's the Mexican hat on the front and back of the blade. That seemed to work pretty good. That one's brass. And then I got 1 Bronco tied up right now that I'm going to switch over to 2 or 3 Broncos copper when the sun gets high again. Because for the next week, foreseeable future, looking at the weather forecast, it's supposed to be really hot. It's even going to get hot here. I know it's going to be hot in the valley, but it's supposed to be in the 90s here at the coast, which is just brutal. Muggy. I'm not used to that. Living in Central Oregon, I'm not used to the humidity. So, it's going to be a rough one for me. Hopefully the wind blows at least a little bit, just a little bit. But for you guys that are coming down this weekend, let's get you squared away. It's growing tides. Tomorrow should be above the bridge, but like I said, there was actually a pretty good bite downriver below the sands on both Oregon and Washington side. So that should be pretty good too. The fleet should be able to spread out. There's a lot of tournaments that are taking place this weekend. In fact, good luck to all of the ladies fishing the Lipstick Salmon Slayers tournament. The check-in's happening right now. One of my best friends, Brandon Glass's wife, puts that on. Good job, Megan. You're kicking butt. And you guys should have some pretty good fishing tomorrow. So that tournament is going to be awesome. It's going to be a success. There's going to be great weather, lots of fish to turn in. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. I'll be there myself to help cheer everybody on. For Sunday, that'll be the third day of growing tides. Hopefully the fish that are in the lower part of the system right now start pushing up, because I'm assuming, based upon my updates I've done in years past, that group that we've been picking apart above the bridge should be gone by Sunday, would be my guess. So we'll see. As far as ocean forecasts, or ocean reports, it's been spotty. If you land on them, you get them all. If you're off by a half mile, you're not getting bit at all. And there's still no coho. All the coho reports I've been hearing have been from pretty much the halibut grounds, like 15, 20 miles offshore, way out there. This happened to us last year, where we had to go out to 500-600 feet of water to find coho. This time of year it should be easy to just go out on the red line or green line and get your 2 per person by 9-10 o'clock in the morning and be done. But instead, we're just still catching Chinook out there. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's currents, water temps, what the deal is, or if there's just so much bait they have no interest in coming in. But there's no coho in the river right now for the most part. Guys are catching more steelhead than they are coho. But there are plenty of Chinook. And I'll tell you what, the Chinook this year are excellent grade. Man, they're really healthy. They look awesome. They're big. We're getting a lot in the 20s. We got one yesterday that was a little over 30. I haven't seen a 30-pound fish down here, and I can't remember when. So it's been awesome. Chinook fishing's good. Hopefully we don't see a lull. Usually after these tides start to grow, we see about a 4 or 5 day lull until the tides peak out. Usually coho keep us busy when those tides are growing and getting big. But I don't know this year, because those coho just aren't around. But we have had years on growing tides where the Chinook bite's been incredible. Hopefully that happens again here this year. We'll see. So with that, good luck to the lipstick salmon slayers. I'm going to go get myself cleaned up, because guess what? It's been 2 weeks. I haven't seen my wife, and she's coming into town tonight. So I need to go get all this salmon stink off of me and take her out to dinner here. So with that, time to get back to work, clean this boat, clean myself up, and get ready for tomorrow's trip and hang out with the missus. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.